I want the moment. I want
Let me know when you're ready. I'll just get the
the
frame.
whole body to be on. I'm very, very vain person.
Well, so you
Because
should be.
I'm very. This is the section. You can even film this. This is the section of strong people, not Humpty Dumptys, okay? And if you have this section, you need to start showing it more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm turning 43. Fly as fuck, right? Fit as fuck me. And welcome. So are we filming?
We are filming now. I've just filmed your abdomen. How did you get it so ripped?
Me, being a non-flesh and dairy worshipper. That's how you get that. But that won't register with Humpty Dumpty, so I don't know. I mean, you know, does that make any point even? Is there any
Because I
point?
know you're big on nutrition. We just had a fascinating discussion about fasting and what to eat and what not to eat. And I think it's probably the most important things, even more than exercise, isn't it?
Absolutely.
To keep your weight in control, be athletic, young looking, all the things that we are.
Well, you're looking good. I asked you immediately, and I knew that you had been registering some of my sort of criticism. But there's no point to say that to blobs like Queen of Hearts and Ben Emlyn Jones. This is the version B interview that we're doing now, right? You know what that is, code B, okay? Code B here. So, yes, welcome. Hail Satan. Welcome. Hail Satan.
Are you Miss Sunshine today, or Sandra Deroy? Or
I'm Miss Sunshine, but we'll decide that as we publish, because it's going to get heavy now. And I want this sound to be crisp, because I do know about these things and I've learned from mistakes. We have a fan in the background.
A fan?
Fanny in the background, and we need to be mindful of the voice, actually. So I think that what we should do now is you stop that, you listen, is that interrupting because we want to get this information on, and then change the location, and I will edit it for you together myself.
So you mean I just play it to make sure we've got good sound?
So you just stop it now.
Okay. And say
it's actually
future,
I should have done it better. I should have done better.
Future interview to come.
No, we will use that. It should have been even better. I'm a little bit disappointed how this is sitting. Are you filming?
Well, it's running, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Hello there. Welcome. My name is Sandra DeRoy, aka Miss Sepsis, aka Miss Sunshine. Not a lot of people know that yet.
That's ominous.
So how do you do, Bob?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I've just got my book out, Be Lucky, and that's going well. Some scandal in there about my ancestors and my childhood and my strange gypsy roots. And I've been reading your book as well, 5 to 9, the Occult book. It's so intense, I can only read a bit at a time. How's that going?
Does it make sense, the sentences?
Yes, it does.
Because intense, some people, they write very in a confusing manner, like some novel type, and I don't understand their writing, but is it informative?
Yes, yeah.
You can be honest.
No, it is informative. I'm just taking like a few pages at a time because there's so much information, and so much of it is outside my comfort zone. You know, but I'm particularly interested in the DNA things as well. You know, how we're informed by our DNA. I mean, that really does interest me.
And where are you now? Which chapter?
I think I've read about 60 pages in. I haven't got into any of the geopolitical stuff, and I don't want to go forward and read that because obviously, you know, it's enticing. So I'm just taking my time with it.
Well, it's going to then pick up in the next 40, 50 pages. The way you should read it then is just scan lightly over if it's very intense to not get overwhelmed. And then sort of go back to it and scan over again, and then the pages go faster. I was hoping that you already reached the political stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done, but I just had, because my own book came out, I've just been like really focused on that. But now I've got some time off, so I'm going to get stuck into your book.
Okay, so I have not had time like you at all, and I am missing the boat. So the last video that I said I was going to do short videos was about the Iran deal, and I talk about that extensively. And I was now watching mainstream news, media news, trash news, and we were getting confirmation. I was getting confirmation that everything that I've been saying in the book about Iran and the history of it, because it's a historical, occult, and political, current politics, past, ancient history, how they got there, and the occult meanings of all the politicians involved in those countries. I bring out names. I bring out the symbolism of occultism. I bring out the dates and the political games of the occultism. So every event, every political event has an occult meaning, right? So I was getting confirmation right after publishing from watching redacted news that Iran has 10 volts nuclear capabilities. And because there was a lot of talk saying that US is making it up, but what I was saying in the book and before these news came out in the Iran deal, that they have nuclear weapons and not normal degree of nuclear weapons. They have 10 volts. Their shit is a whole nother level. And I explain in the book the historical meanings, why they have this degree, because their Navy personnel is 38,000 people, and that's only Navy, and Navy is a big part of military. But their people would be really surprised to read my book and find out who Epstein's real employers were. Okay, so shit is wild. Very happy that I was tuning into the correct frequency. I was a bit worried, like, fuck, you know, I'm saying all these factual things, politics, and then you can't take that back once it is in writing. It's very embarrassing, that actually, for investigative authors. And basically, everything was confirmed, even with the son taking over after the assassination of the father. I need to have the name in front of me because their names are weird. And it confirms absolutely everything that I've been saying in the book. So I talk about China, Russia, US, MAGA, Eastern Europe, absolutely everything, and what's going on currently with Gaza and so forth, and this corruption and Ukraine war and NATO. And people should be very motherfucking worried, which gets me now. See, I'm now, the way I talk is I need 5 minutes, then I start going into my thing. The message is that after this interview today now, which is going to be hopefully extensive, an hour minimum, I'm going to press in a lot of, you're going to want to relocate from UK, okay? You're going to want to relocate because the predictions in the book is that 24th of February 2022, I don't know when the Independence Day of Ukraine is, need to double confirm that, but that was when the Big Bang happened, the aggressor Russia, and Ukraine war, and then 2023, 7th of October. We had Gaza War.
Yeah.
So 1933, we had Holodomor. And 7 years later, we had World War II. Okay, so 1939, okay? And if we had Ukraine in 2022, 24th of February, and we had famine, Gaza, 2023, then I'm so sorry to tell you people, when Miss Sepsis suddenly, automatically starts to pack her motherfucking things out of the blue to leave, I thought I was gonna stay. I was happy in Wiltshire. I had to even pinch myself. I was here. But then I suddenly woke from the hypnosis of the British person. I've 20 odd years here. And basically, when I am the person on acupunctural historic points, I left 24 hours before 9/11 when I was in New York City chasing my dream in music. I even worked with Def Jam a little bit and Rockefeller, Rock Nation. Anyways, I told you that if I am on acupunctural points of Gulf War and I always leave before the big bag, what do you think is going to happen in UK suit when I suddenly automatically started packing my bags?
Yeah. I think
So
a
I
lot of
mean,
people, a lot of people would agree with you for whatever different reasons as well, apart from occult. A lot of people are leaving the sinking ship.
it's so bad here. It's so out of control. You need to wake up from the hypnosis. Wake up, you there watching. Wake up. You have been made believe that you're living in this amazing place. But when you walk around, you see shit is deteriorating and crumbling. And it's an illusion that you're living in this fine environment of Wiltshire. You're living in a dump that is falling apart and is a torture base. And like I said, if I am the person who has been on acupunctural points of communism collapse and the independence of this and that and the war of this and this and that and volcanoes fucking Bali exploding and I'm all, then suddenly I was getting went to Abri, fell asleep for a couple of hours. I know what happens when I do that. It happens with me often when I arrived here. Then I started and I knew that 2028 Big Bang. So
2028.
I started looking, when is this coming? So 2028, I pulled cards, gonna get bad. Gonna get bad here. And it's not any better in the rest of Europe, but for fuck's sake, we don't have half of the things that you guys have here. And if you can't even talk freely and normally, and you get these videos are quite frequent lately where properties are being barged in by law enforcement and officers when you say something online, right? So yesterday I saw again couple flag was in front of the house. I think it was near Liverpool. Again, some guy got raided for being naughty. And we don't have that back in the rest of Europe, so things are so far out of hand here in this nation, and you guys have let it happen. I'm not taking any motherfucking accountability for that, okay? When I don't know, where were you guys when council tax fucking was invented and car tax? We Estonians got car tax last year, and it was treated like pandemic. There were thousands of people on the street over, but look, you guys have had this. How long? You've always had this.
That's right.
And I own some land in this nation. It's sitting landlocked because we have soulless people everywhere. where they will do whatever they can to destroy you. And this nation's heathen here, okay? It's heathen. It's that bad. Been trying to see where the portals are actually, where they are imported in, the shadow beings that take over the human bodies. I've been looking into that as well. Definitely here in Wiltshire somewhere. So I've seen them in the rest of the world. Talk about in a walking case. But anyways, the situation here is now a ticking bomb. And Miss Sepsis started packing her bags. And I was thinking, what am I doing? This is like automatic here. It's like, bitch, leave. Because 2023, famine, 7 years later, is one of the predictions. There's something coming up now in October. I'm a little bit worried about a full lunar solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Solar eclipse, sorry. And it's gonna really accelerate. Situation is gonna really accelerate, okay? And 7 years from Gaza famine, then that is what happened 1933 with Holodomor, where parents were eating their own children in Ukraine and they had to be arrested. Talk about that in the book as well. What is Ukraine? Funny enough, now after publishing, I understood what was Russia as well. I was a bit disappointed with that information that came to me. Now, then I saw a real link, and I mean, Ukrainians are Russians actually.
Yeah.
It was just created a brand new nation by the BHJMs that I talk about. You haven't gotten to that yet.
No.
And what I want to say is that it's very disappointing. We need to start really doing mantras and pray now, because the RAF now at the Polish borders. So the announcement, Hail Satan. The announcement by the RAF, I don't know who that puta was, short hair. And this is now a script, one of those scripts that they had during COVID as well. The new norm, they get these scripts, right, all these, and they start repeating it in media to start programming. And the new script is that we need to sacrifice our daughters and sons. And this script was repeated in Norwegian media. And that is being repeated back home. That's the only bad thing. We don't have at least the council text in that shit. But that is the script now that everybody's repeating in the RAF. This leader, quite a few channels play that clip. This is already old. It's like 3 weeks old. Quite a few channels raised the alarm on that quote. And the RAF was saying, and the British military, we need to start sacrificing our daughters and sons to join the military, because in Europe it will be mandatory. Okay, so if you don't have 2 children at home and you're not a university student, you're gonna get your ass to the war. Okay, in Poland they pay 2,500 euros currently, so they're already getting all the Polish engaged, because at the Polish borders they are really gearing up. And one high up person in the Polish military was saying that they are buying massively. This is my circuit intelligence, right? Information, right? One of those Netanyahu, Benjamin Wolford Netanyahu, right? Razan Bar circuit. My circuit of intelligence, the web, right? The Sepsis web, okay? No. This is actually public domain. They're buying equipment and they're really gearing up. So I think that we, in this nation, I am not very comfortable with Eurotunnel being the only gateway to get the fuck out of here, and only by ferry from France or Ireland or Holyhead, or air. I'm not really comfortable with this royal setting here, this royal flush setting. I rather die back home where there's like at least woods
Yeah.
to run to, because you motherfucking people here, and I really don't give a fuck anymore. I had someone visiting saying, where are the trees in this fucking nation? Animals are running, where's our home? You destroyed everything in this nation. There's no trees, there's no chunks of woodland that we get back home. We get proper woodland, you know, like at least a mile or so. You guys have destroyed everything from Shitsett, Merseyside, all the way to southwest. And there's no fucking trees in this nation, so I'm not really comfortable with this idea of 2028 royal flush. It might start already. I mean, I think it's going to really accelerate now. They're not fucking around, these people. They want you to sacrifice your daughter and son, okay? And that is going to be mandatory. And we are in real deep shit. So there's no trees. Everything is destroyed. There is a farm everywhere. Cannibals everywhere, eating 95% genetically similarly beings that are animals. There are brothers and sisters, and you just get farms and these torture bases and happy days. So I'm packing my bags. I don't know why I started. I thought I was gonna stay here, but that's the situation. And and this is a real war. So Russia, Russia occupies like one fourth of the planet. I was saying this in Estonian videos anyways. The reason why they are a little bit upset with Putin, who is a gangster. But you need to be a gangster, okay, to fucking put order in house, okay?
Yeah.
Meelis Lau, an Estonian mob guy that I follow, you know, with the Jewish nose, obviously, and he's a Mason. He was saying that, you know, interesting things about Putin that I referenced him for in 5 to 9 Occult World, how Putin sort of like gained control, because Putin initially was I'm not gonna say is Putin a good or bad guy here. You need to read the fucking thing, okay? You need to read the book, okay? But he was part of the same team that are taking over the world. I'll get to that anyways. So they have been broadcasting all the stuff that I've been saying now wrong. They don't understand the full nuance and history. And if you're a replicator, you're never gonna get it right, because you're just a plagiarizing replicator. You ain't fuck all. So definitely read that, because it's very interesting, the connection with everything, absolutely everything, Ukraine, Gaza, everything, Middle East.
Yeah.
And the role of Russia in the Middle East. That is what I'm trying to refer to here without giving away too much. The connection between these places. And they are banging on about their fucking laughable, absolutely laughable, darling. Really, it really is laughable, you know. And they don't understand. They don't understand anything. And I really say that with ease. And yes, I'm criticizing, but you know, the thing is that we don't have any motherfucking trees here in this bitch. And where the fuck were you? Replicating away, stalking away other channels. But where the fuck were you? There's no fucking trees in this nation. This is very bad. This person really came and said, I don't know what hypnosis you're under here, Miss Sepsis, but there's no fucking trees. Are you okay? Everything is collapsing in this nation. It's made believe. Oh, it's so perfect. It's lovely. Oh, entertainment. It's all crumbling. You have been entirely hypnotized, and you need to really now, if you have children and family, you need to really sit down now, get your calculator out and start calculating how much time is left, okay? And really start making alternative plans, escape plan, because this is very, very it's very skillful what the elite use in this nation. This is fifth generational fucking, and this is what happens when you're pumped up with Guinness fluoride brain, a half baked fucking moron basically, and you let council tax, car tax, and fucking welcome to the council tax, car tax, CCJ bailiff, euthanasia vets, Humpty Dumpty's NHS TikTok, assisted suicide, fuck all nation. Welcome to United Kingdom. Let's say it again. Welcome to the council tax, car tax, bailiff harassment, CCJ, windmills, 5G, no fucking trees nation. What the cluster what is happening here? There is nothing left. In other nations, you get woodland animals, you get proper animals, elks and deers, and there is nothing left here. It's just the radiative 5G box, a slap on the ass, and thank you very fucking much. So this is definitely not going to be a safe zone 2028, I see. Yeah, shit is going to pop off. Cars were very bad, very bad. Then things suddenly get better 2030. Cards said. So I had to, because, you know.
When you say cards, do you mean?
I looked at the,
tarot?
and I confirm with the cards.
Yeah.
I look at the situation, which brings me back to, you asked me how do I come to my information. I jumped the answer. I agreed with you, actually. That's what I do as well. I look and then I get confirmation through references. That's exactly what I do, and I state that. But what happens during writing more is given for some reason. I don't know what, you know, what is that mechanism? I don't know, but it happens. That's when the time is right. But I confirmed with the cards, and 2027, 2028 is, I think what, you know, they want the war. The war, they're not going to get it because we got the ancient AI, archonic AI enemy. The biggest enemy is the ancient Akashic record, and I've communicated with it.
This has always fascinated me. You know, I don't know anything about it, the Akashic records, but I mean, do you want to just say how you can access those?
Well, you have to be deep in procedure. So 2021, it was speaking to me. It was warning me, saying, I'm watching you and every single one of you. And that's what the 2023 Estonian videos went viral. Then it got taken down by YouTube. It reached like 10,000 views. Estonia is very small, you know, and in the disclosure field, people interested in these topics, it's a very narrow avenue and very little nationwide. So everyone got heard about this video, and it went, and I was saying that we need to get our act together in 2023. I was focusing on waking up Estonians, but you guys, I'm part of it as well, you know. We guys, you know, I've lived here 20 years, but I'm addressing the consumer who's put us on the enemy's menu now indefinitely. So I was saying 2023, we had to activate. That time is running out. There is this window of opportunity, but now when you know politics and you look into it and you see the atmosphere of what is being prepared with, you know, Amari, RAF base in Tallinn was now reactivated. That was under renovation, and now that, you know, I know these things because, you know, I am from there. So, you know, I'm telling you that we have missed the 2023 window, what I was hollering about nonstop, the Akashic record, you know. So, you know, we are now like in this field, torture field. I don't know if you, I'm not gonna ask you that. But basically, the Akashic record is not gonna let war, I think, take place. So when if I saw that 2027, they need an event to basically accelerate the laws to get it to a standard of unlivable conditions. But to be honest, I don't blame them, because you have made unlivable conditions for our brothers and sisters who are animals in nature. So you deserve every single bit of it. And I hope it comes, because if you didn't think of that before, then you are a half-baked moron and you're a cannibal. And you're under hypnosis, and you're you know, people are behaving like some cannibalism, holodomor, out of control addictions. It's completely addiction, hypnosis, MK Ultra out of its, you know, this nation is completely under MK Ultra, every single individual. And if you see things, then living in this field for someone like me becomes intolerable. So I'm sure you guys didn't appreciate me. You've lost Miss Sepsis. I'm leaving. The biggest fucking import of UK is leaving. Can you imagine? Bob Marley is the biggest import, export of Jamaica. Miss Sepsis now. I gotta go back and bless, you know, back home now. You know, you guys didn't appreciate me. And basically, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say a lot of information. You have brought this to yourself, and you know, it's very interesting, this 2025 prediction that even sort of like hit me. 2029 when I wrote Walking Case. It's very interesting. It's all accelerated. It's at turbo speed now. There's no stopping it, you know. The number 9, and now this calculation with the Ukraine war and Gaza war and the 7-year gap, it's leading now to World War III, because that is exactly what happened with Holodomor in Ukraine, where it was starvation, famine, people were eating people, parents were eating their children, they had to be arrested. It's all documented stuff, and that was 7 years before World War II. So if Gaza, Ukraine happened now, Ukraine is true mass graves. Millions of people have died. They don't care because they're Humpty Dumptys.
But when you talk about these dates, do you think it all plays into Agenda 30?
Yes, Agenda 2030, exactly. My master's degree is in that. So I say that, and so, you know, if war is not going to take place and we have bigger forces at play that will stop it, and let's say what they're doing with the weather now. So you haven't gotten that far in the book. You said 60 pages. So, okay, I'll talk about it subliminally, because I do want people to read. So let's say if they're not going to get the nuclear, they call it nuclear winter, okay? So, but what they're doing now, they're going to bring this regardless in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay, so an event of crises, something like the London bombings, where you gear up people to hate a boat fucking fugitive, invisible enemy, while motherfucking 10,000 Naija, Igbo, and Yoruba and Nigerians come into the country, and fucking all the aunties and uncles from Pakistan legally. This nation is a joke. This is look, I came here 2006. I came in with no idea. I thought I knew about life, but now I graduated with PhD in criminology, in crime, and narcotic production. So you come to this country, and they call it winning. It's all called crime, what takes place when people take the piss out of their own fucking nation, rinse the resources and benefits. Everyone's on council estate benefits. Everyone's a fucking, go see it up north. You Southwest people, you don't have a clue. I've seen it. They hate the uncles and aunties coming from Pakistan legally. 10,000, as you and me are speaking now, legally crossing the borders in, and everyone's looking for this boat fugitive, this Albanian on a train or under the train. But these people are being brought in legally by the same people fighting it. Katie Hopkins is Jew, British Jew. Just look at the features, okay? They're all fucking, they're all Jew, okay? That's it, right? The point is, we're, and people don't understand that. But the point is that you have rinsed the resources yourself as well, and you are participating and complicit in this sort of loafing criminal mind, just depleting your own country, taking the pee out of it every single day. No trees left anymore, I don't know where, like back home, when we get like stuff, people make noise, they march, they go, and it's not against immigration like in this nation, where you see 100,000 people with Tommy Robinson, our own little Zelensky, right? Our own. We have our own Zelensky. Can you imagine?
Right.
Hail Satan! With Katie Hopkins, and people go right, and these laws. Council tax is, it is like, I don't know, I need a little bit look at the chronological order of those dates when they came in, but at some point shit just got very bad. It's gonna get worse. So this crisis event is happening, right? It's gonna come. And they're gonna make it impossible, lock the borders, travel is gonna be difficult, something like 9/11, and then these people fighting an invisible enemy. I ain't gonna be here to watch that. I left 9/11. Okay, this is gonna be worse. This is gonna be worse. People are gonna, they're gonna feed and enable everything. Yes, let's absolutely lock down. Then all the euthanasia Humpty Dumptys are gonna be like, again, the marshals, and they're gonna, the harassment of COVID is gonna be 10 volts with these laws. And it is, this person was visiting, made a phone call, they got some payment taken from them, and they wanted to get a back refund. They're from Scandinavia, and they got so upset speaking to this UK person, customer service. This person told me that it's like in this country they have been trained to harass people on the phone, the customer service, to trigger you and harass you and gear you up and wind you up. She's like, we don't have that back home. It's kind of like, diplomatic with a smile and this, sort of like, but here it is like pure harassment everywhere. That's why people can't take it anymore. Everyone's like, don't get me involved, because I know what is involved in that shit. I'm gonna get exhausted. I'm gonna piss myself off, so don't get me involved. So this is the programming of don't get me involved. And I keep hearing this British quote, I don't want to get involved, because people know that they need to deal with this motherfucking Humpty Dumpty who is not going to be helpful. They're going to absolutely drill and fuck you in the face until you are going to scream on the phone. So this person screams and go fuck yourself. And this person had been here only 5 hours. She said, how did you live here for 20 years? I would be slaughtering people. You know,
Yeah.
I would turn into a maniac. And this is what John Lennon said.
Yeah.
But what do we do with people like John Lennon and Miss Sepsis? We kill them. That's what we do. Who warn. So John Lennon said this society, he wasn't talking only about the government. He was saying this society is run by maniacs for maniacal narratives. Sociopaths. And this is the MK Ultra, where people are so obedient and they will drill and they will absolutely torture each other. So I don't think that a right-minded person should be in this nation next year onwards. Elon Musk was saying that something is going to happen with the AI is going to take to the self-consciousness degree. It already is singularity. This is part of that mind control, MK Ultra. Everything feels like a maze, very, very foggy, a lot of synthetic synchronicities, you know, they create them already, you know, and they have full control. And if you're a target, they will do whatever they want with you. This is Archonic Productions computer game, full blown. So thank you very much, Darian Flesh Worshipper. You have put us on the menu. People are busy with football, you know. It's like one guy was doing it really good. He's like what is that animal? That claps, stands on. It's like oi, 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 oi,
Seal.
oi. Yeah,
Seal.
yeah, oi, oi. Everyone is on the football now. Oi,
Yeah.
oi. It's like, look, bitch. There's no trees. There's council tax, and that's what happened probably when this nation was taken over. Everyone was watching football, and very easy. It's like it's a very easy process to do, to take over a bitch.
Yeah.
Very easy. Very easy. And I had to get that out. This is, I don't know what disclosure people were doing all these years. I have no clue what you fucking people were doing, but you were busy getting hot in the pants and just chasing that tail feather. And, you know, you could have at least a little bit raised this, you know, because back home the conspiracy theorists, they are talking about this shit non-stop. They are very, very upset, bothered, but they're flesh and dairy worshippers, so they hate me. They know back home, they know me. I keep saying that. Look, this is a soul, a war of souls, okay? And if this incarnation, people in physical bodies who are gonna die, you are gonna end up in an animal farm slaughterhouse, torture, and it's gonna be over and over again. And then the next phase is gonna be a very bad place. I have added that in the book. That place, image. I did medium work, and no one has incarnated into physical bodies, human bodies lately anymore. Everyone is there. So I'm a little bit. That is when the nuclear war doesn't happen. It's a different process. I don't want to say it here. I have in very scientific form explained what their plan B is to a nuclear winter. They wanted the war, nuclear winter, because they are fucking off elsewhere, right?
What do you mean off planet?
Yes, they are going. They are leaving us behind. Hell, Satan. They're leaving us behind. But they're going to do something else. I explained that in the birthday very scientifically, a lot of references, very carefully. I hope it's not very confusing when you read it. You know, I don't want it to be that. Is it registered? Can you register it at all, or?
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense to me.
It's sad that it's intense. I mean, but the writing in the beginning is intense. But it's gonna get more in a novel way with the references and when the politics talk comes in. So you there who is going to do yourself a favor and get a copy, honestly.
Yeah.
When I talk about politics is the way I'm talking now. So I just want to get that data in the beginning out, just put it there, blah, 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 blah. And then when I start talking about individuals, and the events and the politics, governments, then it becomes more like a novel, enjoyable read.
I think what a lot of people are going to be asking is whether these timelines can be changed. Because it seems as though we're on these predictive program timelines, and there are people that believe that what's happening with the New World Order or the global collapse is pretty much to do with the old British Empire, and that people like Putin and Xi and possibly Trump are like establishing their own New World Order that doesn't include the City of London and the old Rosicrucian belief systems.
Who is saying that?
Well, I think a lot of people are saying it.
So you said that Putin and Trump are one team, and is that okay?
To a certain extent, yeah, doing more business deals than satanic deals.
Well, I mean, they, I don't know who said this. I had a discussion. I was told this recently, and I don't have the reference for it. But does Putin represent the Tsar Romanovich Tsar? The last one was 1902, recent, 20th century. Family member was active. And then the Tsarism sort of like shifted, that ended, no more, right? Does he represent their interests? Well, it's too recent, and no, he doesn't represent their interests. I'm not going to say no more because I don't want to give away my literature, but it was an interesting point this person raised. But timelines, the point is that this is a collective karma, physical planet here, right? And I explained it in the literature, how it works. Why does it feel like a singularity illusion, right? There is steps to that, how. But this is a physical planet, and this is a collective karma, and whose actions matter are the real souls. So 25% real souls, 25% sleepers. Some of them will activate the necessary ones, but the ones who can mold the outcome are the real souls. And I heard this countdown of 10, 9, 8, 7, it's all gone, and suddenly everything. But timelines, I mean, look, everyone sees things differently, but we need to focus on the matter of the fact that this is a collective karma, it's a collective soup, and we need to sort this shit out. And as far as I'm concerned, consumers and producers are in the same opposition group for me. I'm not ashamed to say that. And, if you are a consumer, quickly stop. Just like Erica Kirk. Stop. The way she did it to Ken. Stop. So what I'm saying is stop, okay? Because what I said in 2023 in Estonian videos was, I heard 10, 9, 8. Look, go to Estonia and you will see flyers, catalogs are being sent to houses. What should you do if war starts? You guys don't have a clue here in UK. I am from Eastern Europe. I'm telling you, this is directly from the horse's mouth. In Norway, they're sending postage. What happens if there is an outage? And what happens if war comes? Preparation steps. How to prepare for war. The way they serve it as well is kind of creepy. It's like, how should you prepare for war?
Right.
This is in Norway, because my family gets these letters. And this is in Estonia taking place, and it's been now cranking up. And this 3 weeks ago at the RAF, at the Polish borders, old trees chopped down is horror. It's a fucking horror. Can you imagine these poor animals? They are breeding as well, March and like this, and the bombings and the practices, what they're doing, and how this is erupting, and it is affecting this fucking bubble, okay? And what I wanted to say earlier was, people like me, sensitive, get sick in this field. And I understand that consumer doesn't care how I feel, but we need to think about the millions of children queuing up to a CBD counseling currently because they're telling mommy, daddy, I feel sadness and depressed. I really, there are queues up on in everything. People are affected by this. We're not talking about only David Wilcock's suicide here, which I will touch upon. I want to address everything. Max Spears. I want to just fucking, quickly, okay? No long thing. People are affected in this field, and this is a collective mess. The timelines, they are the ones trying to bring in this timeline, the cabal of this wet dream that they have, okay? And they're not gonna let it go. They're not gonna let it go. Mommy's birthday started 9th of September 2025. I got that right. And that is when the digital law was introduced as well in UK, and it's all gearing up connected to the war. Why was I saying year 2020 in a video during deep COVID? Nothing to do with wars. This was before Ukraine war, 2 years, 3 years before Gaza war. No wars happening, right? Because it was the golden age with Trump, right? No wars. It was an amazing era. He just did a big fucking shit for us, the annexation deal 2019, and Jens Stoltenberg was like, yeah, Trump is a really good boy, yeah? Jens Stoltenberg, the fly. 2020, I was saying that they need wars. Why was I saying that in an automatic talking? In walking case, the 5, they need wars. It's not COVID. They need war, okay? And in Russia, there are locations dedicated to the war symbolism that I have put in the book. And they need access to these locations, and they are in the Kaukasus area, Kaukasus region, and they need war. COVID was just another different kind of cleansing wipeout situation where a lot of 50s, 60s, 70s people died within 2 years. Now, what is lingering now with the jibbity jab? Can you believe it? Humpty Dumpty is still, the skeleton mouth is still talking. I'm like, how is this nigga still living after that jab? But they're living because the ones who died, they died in the first 2-3 years. And now what's kicking in with these later ones, the skeleton mouse talking. I honestly see majority of people, it's like a skeleton, right? And the mouth is going.
Yeah.
It's bad, right, how I see people, but this is how I see the world. So, you know what I mean? This is where we are at, okay? It is still living, and the Kalmari blood is then gonna be the end of them. I guess they will linger on for another 5 years. They're not gonna die yet, but skies are black, okay? And we are not even end of July. Well, and it feels like September and August. This is unusual shit happening with the weather because they are not getting the nuclear war, so they're going to plan B.
Yep.
You see me? And that's it. I have a rap even. I might do that.
A rap?
Yeah, that song is gonna go viral. I used to be a rapper.
Did you?
Yeah, I won awards even back home. I was a wrote songs, and I was a rapper, the only female English rapper in Estonia, the first one. But I was a child, and I wrote rap. And I'm gonna maybe rap for you or do it as an individual, and because if I say the lyrics, I'll definitely have authorities at my door, so I need to be careful. Do you understand me, people, the situation? So, you know, I subliminally gave you a little overview of the situation. And if you are into the Epstein case, then you will be really surprised.
I'm tempted to go straight back and fast forward to that.
Just the first 100 pages is getting the numeric figures right. And all the and then it starts, and Katie Price's when you're that kind of degree of celebrity, this ceremony taking place where she's talked about a lot. I speak about the science. It's science why certain people come to the surface of the media, like Prince Andrew, that I talk about heavily in the book, okay? And who he is, okay? Keywords are coming out everywhere. Candace Owens is a completely, I talk about her.
Well, her husband's MI5, isn't he?
Yeah, no, this is very serious, because when the Macrons, what she was doing a procedure that I talk about, that you're going to get to in the next 30, 40
that's
pages.
Interesting.
It's a procedure. This is a Katie Price, and all these are, Katie Price then means she is someone high up. And I speak about the science. It's science why certain people come to the surface of the media, like Prince Andrew, that I talk about heavily in the book, okay? And who he is, okay? Keywords are coming out everywhere. Candace Owens is a completely, I talk about her.
Well, her husband's MI5, isn't he?
Yeah, no, this is very serious, because when the Macrons, what she was doing a procedure that I talk about, that you're going to get to in the next 30, 40
that's
pages.
Interesting.
It's a procedure. This is a Katie Price, and all these are, Katie Price then means she is someone high up. And I wouldn't be surprised that she's a British Jew.
Katie Price?
But yeah, but just with a very good rhinoplasty, because they are very proud of the nose, like Katie Hopkins and Tommy Robinson. These are old Irish Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miles Johnston. Yeah. Anyways, good luck to him. Yeah, I am pretty sure that something went on. The obsession with Germans and his mummy.
Yeah.
Not obsession with mummy, but the mummy background. So she had in the contracts high level warehouse storing weapons for military, Irish military. Look, and I want to now get to, I will come back. The way I talk about things is I come in a circle back. This was an intro, and I'm going to come back to it. So Max Spears, let's talk about him. So Rauni Leena Luukkanen, the politician, was a health minister in Finland. Rauni Leena Luukkanen was whistleblowing about the harms of vaccines and the public health. And she was already aware of Agenda 21, at least, if not 2030, anyways, and Max Spears was taken out by at least they're able to live, but someone might want to make a little barbecue. You don't know someone.
Well, only the royal family can eat swan. only the royal family are allowed to eat swan, which they do.
Oh,
the
otherwise
time.
there wouldn't be any swans even in this country. Yeah? We would just have something going on. About the trees, this is how retarded this nation is. And I'm going all out. Trees are beside the road, and then there's no trees behind it. In other nations, the rest of the world where sane people live, they have to cut 2-3 meters away from the traffic so animals don't run and the driver can focus on the road. But what they do in this bitch here, they will put all the trees and hedges right to the very last inch of the road, and nothing. There's no trees behind there.
Right.
So it's this nation is like this illusion. It's like, look, it's nature. There is no nature. There's only a tree beside the road, and there's nothing behind it. There's just a torture farm. You gotta wake up people from the hypnosis. Honestly, cities and towns are just like really crumbling and worn out, tired. You can see even the best of towns. It's a bad situation. But you know, what I wanted to say was that the background of Max, the father, was an actor, a well-known actor. So the connection is, I'm gonna now really sort of conclude this mumbo jumbo that these two, I don't want to give them any clout or credit even. I wrote on Patreon, they were talking about the anniversary of Max Spears and looking into it, asking still the same questions, same boring questions. You need to look deeper when you look into things. So when you read 5 to 9 Occult World, I will teach you how to look deeper into things. So the thing is that the grandfather was a well-known actor. So, you know, what was the debt? You know, you got to pay up a debt. That's one aspect. I don't think it was a debt collection, but what I think was that, you know, they do have this obviously ability to look forward. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that Max would have been a sort of very popular figure.
Yeah.
You know, regardless, he wasn't a genius. He said interesting things, focusing on Henry's and Henry the First, VIII, and all these. These are wrong names. You don't talk about those royal family members from that era. You talk about more like, honestly, literally like Elizabeth and Queen Mary of Scots, you know, or other royal figures, far more interesting characters. But what I'm saying is that he was taken out by very high up people, even being this normal average guy and getting this publicity for his death. No one would even, you know, give clout or marketing or any airtime. The BBC for a random guy. There are so many young guys like Max Spears that die every day. Why was he being talked about? So it was the grandfather connection, the Hollywood. We don't know what deals were made by the mother and what kind of, you know, things were going on behind there. But it was definitely the Vatican assassins and the Poland Catholic nuance. So it's nothing to do with Germans like Miles Johnston is saying. It's not, you know, these. And when he told me that he's writing a book, it was said to me, because I was one of the last people speaking to him intensively, and it was only a short period of time. I'm trying to remember how long our conversations were. I think it was like 5 months on and off, chopped up. 3 to 5 months, something like that. It could have not been 2, but it was 3 to 5 months, very intensive, right? I was gonna go see him, but Miles told me not to go, and I listened to him, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that I didn't go, because I don't think they would have gotten rid of Miss Sepsis. I would have been nuisance, like, fuck, this fucking thing came here. It was really, everything was wiped out, all the Skype messages between me and Max. Someone on his side completely wiped everything out. Whatever he was writing, he said he's writing a book. The way he said it was, I will quote it as best as I can. Hi, Max, what did you do today? We argued a lot. He was quite obnoxious with me, calling me a newbie. I got very angry at that, the way he spoke at me. But he was like, nothing, just, chilling, and wrote a couple of pages of the book today. But it was very nonchalant. Like, when I write and work on something, I am all in. And I'm very excited, and you won't hear from me until I'm finished. I'm just like that way inclined. But the way he was like, yeah, just wrote a couple of pages of the book today. What did you do? It wasn't like even that he was trying to hide information. It would have been a good conversation to have over the phone, I'm sure. But, we all preserve our information for the publishing date. But he wasn't even, I didn't hear any excitement. So he wasn't writing that much. This is very important. But maybe he was writing, right? But if he was writing, he was then talking about celebrities. Do they really matter? Would someone take someone out over a couple of names of celebrities? Many people have done that over the time, whistleblowed. You don't, but they saw the potential of him in the future where he would have activated and really gone,
Yeah.
I haven't let you get a word in.
No, I'm happy to listen. It's fascinating.
The point is that would be my future. But not really after 2023. That 2023 thing is full. All cars stopped following me in Estonia. I couldn't drive in traffic after the Black Q viral expose. I had literally government after me, where cars were trying to crash into me. I went to the police station, had Porsches in the middle of the night blocking my way both sides, and and cars following me in traffic. Estonia is small, so I've spoken about that in Estonian videos. But what I'm saying is that just different souls. It's not any more genetics. It wasn't about genetics why they killed Max. It was about he was a replicator. He didn't reference, he never referenced his research. What you need to do is, as a researcher and like this, you need to reference. That's what I've demonstrated in 5 to 9 occult world. With the references, you need a reference. But what I'm saying is, he would have gone so out of control with his gob, and he would have been like, wow, Miss Sepsis is saying shit. Well, fuck hell, I'm gonna say shit as well here and go all out, because I know stuff. Because he knew stuff, and he knew stuff, and he really knew stuff. He had seen stuff, and he was knowledgeable. Of course he was knowledgeable. I'm not saying he wasn't knowledgeable. He was way ahead in many ways, but he was focusing on wrong things, and they would have not taken him out, but they saw the future, and they have this ability, very easy, They have very psychic people working for them. Intelligence services, CIA, MI5 is all about hiring psychic people only with abilities in certain departments. I'm pretty sure that they have approached me, but I squealed like a little pig in a slaughterhouse, so, I was a failed attempt. They were like, this bitch is gonna, she'll blow the whistle, and she will last 12 days. This country is heaving with agents. There's no fucking trees. There's a slaughterhouse everywhere. We're eating our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Look.
Best country in the world.
Okay, honey traps. Let's touch up on that, I wish I had a motherfucking honey trap. Where is the honey, man? Because...
Funny enough, I came down a country road today, and there was a sign saying raw honey for sale. And I drove 100 yards, and something compelled me to stop, reverse, and buy 2 jars of this raw honey. So there we are, honey synchronicity.
You're just like, you're honeyed out. And where's my honey? And yeah, look, there's.
Do you want me to give you one of the jars? It's in my boot.
Maybe you'll give me good luck.
I've given you my Be Lucky book, so maybe a jar of raw honey too. might just
Well, I needed some help yesterday with a mechanic, and I'm not a very social person. I'm a erak in Estonian. We say a lonely wolf. You know, I'm literally like some guy said about David Wilcock. He was like Jack Nicholson in The Shining at the end. No contact. That's me. Okay, that's me. But the only thing is that I won't. I won't get gunned down by the police. Look, let me get this off my chest now, David Wilcock. The targeting in this nation, why you need to fucking leave. There's no trees in the nation, right?
Right.
Councils are working with local authorities to harass people, exactly like in US, like with David Wilcock. So the point is that David Wilcock was gunned down by police. And another thing, what I'm saying to these fucking ham cheese sandwich projects, yeah, you fucking cunts, yeah, you fucking white hat fucking delusional cunts. I fucking can't stand you fucking belly dancer Humpty Dumptys. I can't stand you Kundalini motherfuckers. David Wilcock is dead. Okay, so I don't know what Carrie Cassidy's saying. White hats, he made himself disappear. This is how delusional you guys are, and you follow these fucking half-baked morons. Just unfollow them. Do yourself a favor. We're at war after famine, okay? Fucking get a grip, honestly. David Wilcock was in this country, the councils, they work with authorities and they start targeting people like what was happening with me. I had 6 months law, like officers, and then they call the law enforcement, yeah? And a call was made. And suddenly everyone disappeared. Why? Because I'm Miss Sepsis. You're welcome. But with David Wilcock, they gun him down and you guys don't even do a word of beep. What kind of fucking community is this? What kind of fucking truth community is this where a man literally gets gunned down and police and authorities get away with it? They gunned him down. Look, US is a dangerous place. Police gun people down. It's just, that's how it works in US. And David Wilcock was gunned down by the police, and you guys are not even talking about it. What you're doing is you're celebrating it because you're that jealous of each other. Jealousy is a sign of soulless and sleeper human.
Yeah.
Real humans don't feel jealousy. Honestly, I tell you, majority, after all the years of disappointment with all the Humpty Dumptys and sleepers and soulless, right? I still don't get this feeling what they get. It's this animalistic competitiveness. It's like annihilate. She doesn't have a Humpty Dumpty belly, annihilate, right? I don't get that reaction with beautiful women, okay? But what I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm doing today with this chat here, but what I'm saying is that this community is so flawed, it's so corrupted, this swamp. This fucking swamp, honestly, you guys are a fucking disgraceful swamp. He was gunned down and no one is saying a beep. This could happen to you or me. It can happen to anybody. Innocent people are getting harassed with no family members.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, you know, I kind of like, you know, but this could happen to anyone, and he was taken out by the government system, and it's put in place there to harass civilians and to take them out. And these are the new laws. You can't say fuck all and you will get harassment, because the police officer said in True Seekers, this harassment podcast, he showed the clip. Police officer said something, probably what they said about me. I don't give a shit. I want to see what this guy is about. I will come back. I will make time, because you know what? Now I'm a police officer. I got the authority. I want to come back and I want to see who David Wilcock is, because he got the call out and that's what that is what the Humpty Dumptys do. They start to, like the customer service example, they just start to drill and they won't leave it alone, god damn it. They won't leave it alone. They will not stop. And we saw this with COVID, what they did. It's going to get worse. Instructions based. They will, you know. And I ain't going to be here for that shit.
We did briefly touch on honey traps, and then
I was talking about this. This is why I smiled. I said, "What am I doing here today?" I just want to get this information, just, you know, kind of like get it off my chest. The point is, honey traps, you're going to give me a pot of honey. I haven't had any honey, you know, and the point is that I called a mechanic yesterday, and he's Turkish, and Humpty Dumptys are very rude, everyone. But when they are rude, it means they fancy you, apparently. So he asked me out, and I said, okay, Turkish delight. He asked me, what, are you psychic? How did you know I'm Turkish? I said, you're not Turkish, you're Turkish delight. He's waiting for me on a date. But will I go? Not really, honey, no. Because where did he suddenly come out from? Well, I'm like, no, I'm not that paranoid. It's not like that. Maybe it's the universe. It's like, look, here you go. Here's a young guy, a little bit scruffy. Fuck it, you know. You ain't got none anyways. Beggars are not choosers. Just, bitch, shut the fuck up and take him, you know. And he offered me himself to me. Sent me a message at 3 a.m.
Where was he going to take you on a date?
He wanted to take me on a
Turkish
date.
kebab shop, maybe.
Well, that's the problem we have here. That the honey trap hasn't been informed, so he's not a honey trap. If he was a real honey trap, he would push my buttons. He would know all the right things to say. He would know that I'm da-da-da. But even it's gone quiet in that department, because what happens is when, like David Wilcock, his end and my end.
It's my second interview with Sandra de Roy. We filmed this chat by the canal at the Barge Inn in Pewsey. I was there for the Crop Circle conference, which was very interesting. Sandra said she wanted to just share some of her knowledge, and also tell me that she's going back to Estonia, probably for good, which is a bit of a shame. So, you know, we chatted about her book, which is 5 to 9 Occult World. Brilliant research into the occult, and also some real good insights into geopolitical situation at the moment. Unfortunately, after an hour, my phone battery died, so, you know, we got cut short very abruptly, just when Sandra was in full flow. And I also had to cut a few bits out because Sandra's very speaks her mind, and I didn't want to get on the naughty step with people complaining about anything she said and trying to take my channel down. But anyway, yeah, always great to chat with Sandra. She describes herself in this little chat as fit as fuck, which you can't deny. But she's also as funny as fuck. So there's a good bit of humour, you know, going on in this and other chat. So just want to say thanks, Sandra.